Hey, and welcome back to another episode of Around the Block with GoodBlock. My name is Erika. I also have here with me from the team Sean and Leah. And today we have a really exciting episode. We're going to talk with Paul from Telland, the NFT hackathon winners. And we've got some market news from Nathaniel and a little bit of crypto BS today as well. So stay tuned.
But before we get into that, there is a new Telos Works proposal for Telos Force. Now, I have seen, is this their second round of funding request, or what is Telos Force?
Yeah, so this is it is another round of funding. So originally the proposal was for an algorithmic stablecoin, and when they asked for the funds, there was a lot of community discussion, and then the Luna crash happened, and everyone decided that maybe an algorithmic stablecoin was not the way to go. So they pretty much put it to the community. They had a lot of internal discussion with their own DAO. So they're switching from that model to actually a collateralized stablecoin, like DAI. Yeah, I keep wanting to say DAO, but like DAI.
That sounds pretty interesting. If you guys want to learn more about this proposal, you can check out the link in the description below, and you can check it out and decide whether you want to vote on it or not. It'll be right there.
All right, that's great. And I think that brings us to our interview with Paul. Let's bring him in. Hey, Paul, how are you doing today?
Hi, Erika. Hi, Sean. Leah.
Hey, Paul.
Oh, Leah. Sure.
Well, thanks so much again for being here. We really appreciate it. So can you go ahead and get us started off by just telling us a little bit about yourself, about Telland and how it got started?
Okay, first of all, I'm Paul Gonzales from Lima, Peru. I got started with crypto like 2 years now. I started exploring a little meme coins first. That's how I got introduced to crypto, and then I got really interested in NFTs because at the moment there was this craze about NFTs. Everybody wanted to have an NFT. They were so expensive, and at the same time, everybody wanted one. So I said, hey, let's go and explore this in the market. And I got introduced to Solana. And I decided to mint a couple of NFTs and see what happened. And there was this marketplace that they just created. And I wanted to put a couple of those NFTs that I had created there. And I couldn't believe it that they got sold immediately almost, and for a high price. And I said, wow, what's going on here? The first one I sold, it was like $600 equivalent in Solana. So I said, wow, that much people are paying for? Well, maybe if they want it, well, this make them. And I kept making, I started with a collection. It was Robo something. And there were these interesting robot figures, and I added some effects to them, and people got interested in them, and they started buying them too. So that's how I basically got started with NFTs. And later on, as months went by, the collections didn't sell, and I said, what's going on here? And I started learning that crypto is like things go up and down all the time. And at the same time, I got introduced to Telos through a video I saw. YouTube suggested this video, and I said, wow, the technology of this blockchain is really good, and it's low cap, so there's opportunity here. So I started exploring and learning about it. And I say, I have to mint some NFTs for the Telos community. And I started with Telos Native, and I minted some, and they got sold. And I said, oh, I'm starting selling NFTs again, this time with Telos. And I said, great. So I kept on. And then the Telos EVM came around, and I said, oh, I have to make a collection. I hadn't made a collection in a 10K or 5K NFT collection. I hadn't tried. So I said, I'm going to try one. And I had this idea on the Solana blockchain. They had this Solamas. And I said, I'm going to come up with something similar. I said, Telpacas, maybe. Telos alpacas. And alpacas are from Peru. So I sort of took the idea from Solamas, and I twisted the ideas a little bit and created my own models, my own thing, and I added them to the original idea, and I started selling, and they sold really well. I was really happy with the collection, and the second one I made for Telos was the Omni Dojos, because at the time I was with Omnidex that had just launched, and I talked to the founder and said we have to have a collection for Omnidex, and let's do some Omni Dojos. And he liked the idea, and I created a collection called Omni Dojos. It's a 5,000 NFT collection, and that's my second collection on the Telos blockchain. And then I wanted to do something really special for the Telos community, and at the same time something creative for the Mission NFT that they were just promoting. I thought it was a fantastic competition, and I said I have to do something really, really innovative. But I couldn't come up with an idea. And one day a friend of mine called me, and he had offered me this project in the north of Peru, which consisted in a land and that we had to purchase, and at the same time we had to give it to a project to put it in production, to build farmland, and then the crops, plant the crops, and then harvesting, and then producing. So it was a very interesting project, and said, why not participate? At that time, it was like the price was $15,000. And the how many hectares is that? 1 hectare, 1 hectare of land. And well, I said, yes, I have some savings. And let's do it, as I said to my friend. So we met, and then he took me to the notary, so we had to sign some documents, etc. And on my way back, I said, okay, I have this idea in mind about building something with NFTs, and at the same time we have this project that is a fantastic project in the north of Peru, and the yield they're offering is really high. So we can do something that connects the land in the north of Peru to the NFTs and Telos community, and we can present it as a project for the Mission NFT. And that's how the idea was conceived, and then we worked on it. I started building the website. I created the NFTs with artificial intelligence, and the rest is history. I guess you know how we scored in the Mission NFT.
Yeah.
We were lucky enough to be one of the four winners, and the pick by Big Guys. So we won it all.
Yeah, that was so exciting. And that's so. How did you land on the AI imagery, and like, were there specific keywords you chose to find that, or?
Yeah, my partner Ricardo, who basically lives there in the north of Peru, where the land is, he sent me pictures of the land, and I inserted those pictures in the website, and put some prompts, and then the images came out, like the ones you can see on the website.
That's really great. Are the pictures represent, from what I was reading, they represent an actual bit of the land, correct?
Yeah, the idea behind the Telland project is that it's not only an image, but it also represents the land and the work that's being done to make the land produce.
Nice.
So people not only get the NFT, they also get rewards for holding the NFT.
Yeah.
So the first year they get a 20% return. The second year, a 30% return, and after the third year, each year they get 50% return
Nice.
forever.
That's awesome. I mean, I like projects like this and NFT projects like this because it is tied back to something physical or real that people know that their contribution is going to do. That is positive for not just positive for the person who's buying the NFT and maybe someday selling the NFT, but also positive for the people and the artists and all those who are involved in it. What kind of crops are currently being, or what are they growing? I'm curious about that.
Yeah, essentially what we're doing right now is moringa.
What's
Moringa is a crop. It's called moringa. It's a crop, maybe not so well known, but the properties it has are fantastic. You can make, for example, moringa coffee, moringa chocolate. Yeah,
It's like is it a
different products.
supplement? I feel like I've heard of it.
Supplements as well.
Okay.
Yes, but it's a plant.
Okay.
The plant and they process the plant, and they come up with the different products.
is there a chance you will be doing a coffee NFT? Because that's what I'm really. I may or may not drink coffee all day and into the night. So.
Well, maybe we can send you some moringa coffee. I tasted moringa coffee last week, and it tasted great.
Oh, that sounds fantastic.
It was really, yeah.
Yeah.
But really, they usually
really
more for the health benefits.
We'll get in line for that. You know, we would love to try that coffee.
The news is that after we completed this prototype, because this was a prototype to
Fantastic.
see what happened with this first hectare of land. Now we presented the idea to the owner of the project, Proyecto Nuestro Paraíso, which is it comprises 1,000 hectares of land. So the project is much larger. So he got interested, and this person is really into ecology, technology, and crypto. So when we presented the project, he said, we have to expand this. He liked it very much. So he is building they call it Bitcoin houses all over Latin America. And we introduced, in a session we had with him, we introduced Telos to this guy and his partners. And he said, we can make Telos known all over Latin America with our Bitcoin houses, because he's projecting having houses. We have one in Lima, and there's going to be one in Colombia, one in Brazil very soon, Ecuador, Bolivia, Panama, and a couple other countries. And he likes the idea that Telos is connected to ecology and also technology, of course, and crypto. So
what are these Bitcoin houses? What are they for? Is it like mining operations or?
No, mining, no, but there are meetings there of crypto enthusiasts. They meet there, they have classes, sessions, they even trade, because there are rooms especially dedicated for trading, and meetings, as I said, and a couple of other, I visited the place. It's got 5 floors, and the 5th floor is a large conference room. The 4th floor, there are like cubicles where people can meet and have different sessions, all of them about crypto. And there's a crypto coffee place similar to Starbucks where people can talk about crypto, and at the same time they can see the prices and the charts and everything.
There you go, Sean. I'll
So
meet you there.
very, very cool. So, and that model is being reproduced everywhere in Latin America. So if Telos is introducing all of the houses all over Latin America, that'll be fantastic. And that's why we had a meeting with Justin in Giudici the other day to present the idea to him. He liked it very much. And there's going to be an event you are invited to here in Lima. And it's going to be the first week in December, where we're going to be having conferences about crypto. And we hope that Telos is one of the sponsors. And we have also conferences
That sounds
where we
cool.
introduce
Wow.
Telos to the audience.
That sounds really cool. I love that. It sounds like this other project too. House is 100 times bigger than the current one. That the one with 10,000 hectares. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's called Telland Gold.
Uh-huh.
And each NFT is going to be not 100 square meters. Each NFT is going to represent 1,000 square meters.
And how far out is that?
It's in Piura. It's in the north of Peru.
Okay.
The north of Peru, almost bordering Ecuador.
Okay, cool. Is that in kind of a more of a highland type mountainous region?
No, it's still the coast. It's
Okay.
closer to the highlands, but not exactly the highlands.
Okay.
Now, the north, Piura, where the project is located, is also a very touristic place. There are beaches there that are fantastic and very famous for surfers like.
That was going
like
to be
it
my
there.
question. That was going to be totally off topic of crypto, GoodBlock, blockchain. Is there surfing close by? And if I come in December, how are the waves?
They're good, and actually, the weather is fantastic in December.
We thought Sean came to this project. Yeah, he did, but he's at the beach. He's been there the whole time.
It's summertime in December in Peru, so
Yeah.
Very
nice.
I
can escape the rain, Sean.
I'm sure we can convince someone somewhere to make sure that happens. Fantastic. Well, this sounds
Awesome.
really exciting. That the Telland Gold sounds amazing. It's really cool to see people getting excited about the opportunity. And again, I go back to what is the impact beyond just an image, but really something that people can really take a hold of and say, this is, by me purchasing this, I'm making a difference in people's lives. So I love that.
And additionally, by purchasing one NFT, what they're doing is contributing to the creation of more farmland, because right now those pieces of land are basically arid. So we work so that we make farmland and also help people get a job. The locals, the people that live around the area, are hired in order to make the land produce. So they're helping the environment, and they're promoting good nutrition, and also helping people develop and make a living.
Yeah, I mean, what an incredible project, and it's. I mean, we need more projects like this that are doing things locally, right? That kind of change the PR for blockchain a little bit, but also just to show that there are some really amazing things going on. I love to point to this project as something, one of the cooler things that we've got on Telos right now in the ESG space. I mean, it's just got so many good vibes,
Yeah.
One last quick question for you, Paul, is the kind of long-term goal. What's a brief description of your guys' long-term goal with this?
Okay, there's so much opportunity. One of the things that we discussed with the owner, by the way, his name is Juan Jaipen, He's the owner of Proyecto Nuestro Paraíso. He wants to give the opportunity of the people that are holding the NFTs not only to hold the piece, well, actually the product of the land and the rewards they're getting, but also since he's planning to construct this chain of hotels in Latin America, he wants to offer them, like, for example, 1 day off or very good discounts in the chain of hotels he's going to be working on. So, for example, if you're an NFT holder, what you can do is go to a hotel and say, I'm a holder. They verify it through your wallet, and then you get 1 day for free, or you can get a very nice discount. Or if you go to one of the Echo houses, Bitcoin houses, sorry, and you can get coffee for free or whatever. Those are the things that he has in mind. Also, he's thinking of making some sort of metaverse where people that hold the NFTs can meet with other NFT holders in the metaverse and start having an interaction, for example. Those are the things he has in mind, and that would enrich the experience through the NFTs.
That's awesome. Cool ideas. Great ideas.
Excited to see them come to fruition.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, Paul, where can we find more info about Telland? I see the website here, and it looks like there's still a few NFTs for sale. What if someone wants to get their hands on one of those?
Okay, Ricardo and I created this website called telosperu.net. Now, the intention is that we want to promote Telos in our country. So we said, okay, let's make it Telos Peru, our website. So it's telosperu/Telland. If you want to learn about Telland, or telosperu.net/Telland Gold. You can also see my other projects, OmniDojo and Telpacas there, if you are interested. So all of them and all the other NFT collections or any other project that we come up with will be there in one place in Telos Peru.
Thank you so much, Paul.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Paul, today. We really appreciate your time and can't wait to see more from your project.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You betcha.
All right, now it is time for us to hear Moss's Market Minute. So Nathaniel will have 60 seconds on the clock to give us this week's news and updates. 3, 2, 1, go.
Are the bears coming back out? It seems like this week in the market, we had some major sell-offs. Most of the cryptocurrency was down 20%. And if you were better than that, you actually did pretty good this week. So Ethereum went down to 1,600. Bitcoin went to 2,100. Telos is at 0.20 right now. EOS saw a big jump up, actually up to 1.72. So that's great. Dogecoin is down 12%. Polygon down to 0.8%, which is down 16%. Solana is down 20% itself. In the news, major investors are waiting to reinvest in cryptocurrency, basically waiting to see if the merge or the leap are actually going to happen. So right now, be cautious of what you invest in, but also savvy investors buy the dip. So that's my market minute.
That was so fast. Well done. BS of the week. Is that what we're talking about?
That is what we're talking about.
BS of the week. That is what we are talking about. For me, one of the things that I noticed was that people are selling. Stop selling. Good gracious. The biggest winners in crypto are always going to be those who are holding. If you're panic selling and, because you see some big holder sell, all you're doing is hurting yourself in the long run, especially for those of us who are working and in the market where we're building things. Where if you are part of a project or know of a project or attached to a project that's creating something great in Web3, and you end up selling because you're panicked because of the rest, stop doing that. That's BS. Block stuff of the week. What else you guys got?
So I have read that increasingly there have been attorneys in the United States asking courts to force people to disclose their private keys as part of discovery or pretrial, and courts have actually been acceding to the demands, which seems crazy. I mean, I feel like the only reason, how can you ask for that when you don't even have proof that they've done anything yet? Right? I mean, I can understand saying like, hey, show us your private or your public key so we can go check out all of your, what you've been up to. But they want the private keys.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems like something you would easily forget. I forgot what my private key is.
Why can't you just
private key?
I can't remember. It's like 52 characters. Am I supposed to memorize that?
Apparently that's the trick. You just got to memorize it and not have it anywhere else, and then they can't seize it, right?
Remember it. Come on.
Hunter says they should just keep their keys in their pocket.
Their keys
That's
are in their
not
pocket. It'd be a
financial
lot
advice, by the way.
And then those, I don't know, just keep it in their pocket.
Right.
Exactly right, Hunter. Yeah, I don't. This isn't financial advice. You should have your keys somewhere safe. But if you don't, you should forget them, just in case you need to forget them.
All right, and that does it for this week's episode of Around the Block. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of our content, subscribe to this video, hit the notification bell, and share it. We'd love to hear from you. All right, thanks so much.